Abangan sa pusop.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the last quarter for the battle of 5th place between the Philippines and Jordan, with the latter holding on to a 3-point lead in this game sa 2026 William Jones Cup. This is again quite rare to witness that we're seeing a highlight reel. It's all smiles for the cameraman for some reason. 74-71. Also, my name is Hans Galeria, bringing you the action between these two teams. Saleh fakes. Great recovery mula dito kay Isaiah Pinheiro. Now he's gonna give it to Miller. Shoots a 3. Didn't even wait for the offense to start. Both teams almost in the first minute not having any bucket whatsoever. But Abdullah will be fouled by Isaiah Pinheiro, who's been a little cold in this game. He is scoreless still. Just one more time, he wanted to go and target the ball, but that was a duty foul. And from recollection, I think that is what the officials are trying to contest here, but Pinheiro is telling them that it was just a hard foul. It wasn't anything that would relate to a flagrant or an injury or anything whatsoever. Wants to make things a little bit harder for Olajuwon because he already has scored 13 points in this game. And a foul, on the other hand, is going to be given by Abdullah. Kumbaga, bawi-bawi lang din. You gave me a hard foul from the start. I'm probably going to do the same. And that foul, I think they're going to be challenging this because from Pinheiro's case, basing it on what I hear in the conversations on site, it was the fact that Pinheiro had a call for the ball in terms of the former foul. And then, when Isaiah Pinheiro was bringing that ball down, was there a certain amount of contact or intention at least na yung bola yung tamaan? Because it was on the left side or it was on the right side, the ball. But then yung tama nitong si Abdullah Ibrahim was straight on the left side, and he also tried to hook Isaiah Pinheiro away. So, obviously for Isaiah Pinheiro, this is a very cool, calm, and collected player. But there are going to be some decisions that he will not like, and that is a successful challenge for the Philippines, which is going to be giving a free throw or maybe even two para sa Pilipinas, and they will also get extra possession. And that player will be Isaiah Pinheiro shooting these free throws. And yet, in that first attempt, he still couldn't buy a basket, still scoreless in this game. The second free throw is going to change that, as he is finally on the board. Better late than never is what Coach Charles Chu would say. But maybe that psychological effect of seeing his shot go down the bottom of the net is something that he needs. Lead goes down to 2, 74-72. It's Jordan holding on to it. Miller decides to step it back. A difficult shot. Ties the game at all 74. Miller now has 13. Multiple players from the Philippines and Jordan are now in double figures. Kilani is about to face the double team. Al-Shami will be given a screen. Here's a shot for 3. A rainbow one will not work. The Philippines are on the run this time. Fenner thought about it, goes right. That pass was tapped. He's kicking it again to a G. Short. That would have been important para sa Pilipinas. A great swat from Ian Miller. He's had a couple of steals in this game. Now Pinheiro kicks it out. Fenner, three. In and out. Still at all 74, both of the teams. And a foul is going to be called again. Both Jordan and the Philippines had some openings of their own. And yet, they still can't buy a basket to take the lead in the fourth. Which makes the next made bucket probably the most important one in this game so far. Kilani now holding on to it. Here's Dwight, now Saleh. Challenging Aji, stepping back, pushing through. Shooting that layup, but look at the power of Al-Shani. This 20-year-old is a totally different breed of 20-year-old, and then one opportunity converted. Miller pushing, using his left arm. And that's an end one for Al-Shami. This kid is really putting in the work against the veterans of the Philippines. That was probably like the best case scenario too. 21 points and 8 rebounds for Al-Shami. You can't ask for anything more from your youngster playing big minutes, playing over Muhammad Hussein. Now Fenner looks to attack. What a finish. And one for DJ Fenner. This is just an amazing basketball game we're seeing here from both of the teams. They're showing strength. They're showing their ability to finish in the rim, their ability to finish in contact. DJ Fenner now has 8 points, 6 in the first half, not a lot in the second. But when it matters, he can tie the ball game up. 77-0 for both teams. Now here's Kilani again. They want to associate the play together with those running throughout the baseline, but Wright wasn't going to allow any of that to happen. Fenner's going to slow it down and then speed things up. Shooting and scoring. The Philippines have the lead. DJ Fenner, the next Strong Group Pilipinas player in double figures with 11. Now here's Salman adding some more facilitation, and then he answers instead. A three mula kay Omar Salman. What a game from both the Philippines and Jordan. Answering when it matters. Miller wants to join in on the party, and he does. The offensive floodgates are open for both teams. That was a stop. But Miller will be called for a foul this time around, as Fenner is still down. He's making the most out of his fall. Let's look at this one more time. Look at the pace, space, and then the finish over Al-Shami. And on the other hand, I believe the foul was called against Miller. So he will be going back to the bench, and unfortunately, Ian Miller has already fouled out of this game. So we'll be missing a key facilitator for the Philippines. But Miller's there to pick up the steal. This is where Manalili could step in. Pinheiro slamming it down. His first field goal couldn't have come at a better time. And what a pass from Titing Manalili. 5:55 in the fourth. A G trying to pace with Ibrahim, and that's a steal. Now a 3-on-1 fast break. He tosses it over to a G, who then finishes it off. What a run from the Philippines. 17 points for Tawana G. A defensive stop on one end and a layup on the other. It started off with Matthew Wright. Manalili spark plug off the bench. And it was so nice we had to see Piñero twice, 85-80 for the Philippines. We have obviously seen it all in this game. It's as close as anybody would want it to be, 85-80. The Philippines has trailed by as much as 9 points in the third quarter, but has eventually stated a comeback and now is holding on to a 5-point lead. Now it's Jordan's turn to respond. What are they going to do? Fenner instead gets the steal. He gives it up to Wright, who shoots a three. That would have been massive for the Philippines. Now Salman is going to be facing the pressure of Manalili. And I could say the same thing about Titing. He is facing some heavy minutes here, very important ones. With Ian Miller now fouling out, the three won't work. Salman can't find it. And Manalili secures the rebound. A solid pass to Piñero. Touchdown for the Philippines. Manalili, like my friend Anton Roas would have said, with ice at the back of his head. But that time he was looking forward. Piñero now with 5 points in the fourth quarter alone. And Jordan can't make it happen. 87-80 for the Philippines. Manalili speeds up the tempo. What a pass yet again. And one for Isaiah Piñero. Oh, Matthew Wright was even smiling with that one. Let's take a look at it one more time. He sees someone sliding through the paint. And that was a sliding dish from Manalili to Piñero, from Manila to Puerto Rico. And Piñero's just online in this fourth quarter. All 7 points of his have been scored in here. Except for that bucket, still, it is a 9-point lead that the Philippines has to hold on to secure fifth place against a formidable national team such as Jordan. Manalili at the back. Hussein gives him another lifeline. A shot from Abu Awas. Won't work. Kicks it out. Ibrahim to Abdullah. Step back three. Money. Jordan still in the game. That was the third three of Abdullah Olajuwon, with a total of 16 points in this game. And from where everybody's looking at, the referees are doing everything in their power to make this as well officiated as possible. They're keeping both benches under control. And I guess a warning has been given to Coach Charles Chu. But after Jordan has made all of that, look at Manalili sliding through. Speedy Manalili gets it again for another two-pointer. That was his first 2 points in this game. And his performance could have not come at a better time. Another shot this time. Hussein, point-blank range. No one left to guard him there at the center. Hussein now has 9. Lead stays at 6. Manalili wants to challenge them again. Losing the basketball. He wants to give it again. A G. Fake, they didn't buy any of it. They wanted to add some extra passes. And Manalili couldn't believe it. Even Coach Charles Chu cannot believe it. I think the initial call was a 3-second violation from the paint, and Manalili wasn't even there in the first place, but the play goes on. 2:40 remaining. Abu Hawas part of that starting five, and that was a solid defensive possession won by Matthew Wright. Let's look at it one more time. There he was. He was very far. That for sure I can say. He came from outside, but it was at least a second or two for him to get in. But I guess the ball don't lie. The Philippines still get an extra chance on this. And the ball goes right back to strong group Pilipinas. Oh, wait a minute. There's going to be a slight delay again. And I believe that is a technical foul called against Coach Luis Torres after there have been some conversations with him off camera against one of the officials. So Matthew Wright, our shooter from the Philippines, is going to be the ones assigned. And obviously he will not let us down. What a game this has been for both the Jordan and the Philippines. Oh, it's not against Coach Luis Torres. It was against Abu Hawaz, wearing number 1 for Jordan. There was a flagrant foul called against him. I believe it was during the inbound play. So again, we're going back to the biggest lead of the Philippines at 7 points, 92-85. And they've really made their baskets when it matters the most. That's what you have to love about this team. Jordan is definitely giving them a run for their money in this game. But Manalili has stepped up, playing majority of the fourth quarter after Miller has fouled out. Right three. Not gonna happen. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Filipino coaching staff was talking about oras. Make the most of that time. That was a possession saved, but not a possession taken back. It's Jordan going back there yet again. Baseline inbound for Jordan. They give it to Abdullah. There's some slight attempts. Watts for the ball. Saleh has 8 seconds to work with. Screen by Hussein. And a jumper, a floater. Didn't even graze the rim, but it was the net. A version that he did not want. Manalili having probably the most important minutes of his time here at Strong Group Pilipinas is making a dazzling performance. What pace, what agility, and the Philippines are up by 9. Just look at the space that Manalili brings to the table. It's just a sight to watch. First was the assist. So much movement happening. And then right after that, here was the quick speed turn. Right after he rolled and waltzed inside the paint. For those layups to work and for the Philippines to have a 9-point lead. For the semifinals, obviously for the Philippines and Coach Charles Chu, you'd want to finish this on a high note. And Jordan probably wants to do the same. But they're having a hard time doing that just now, except for that possession. Hussein joins the party and is now at double figures with 11. 94-87. Does Jordan still have something in them? Or will the Philippines run away with this win? Manalili dancing against Ibrahim. Now he's facing off against Hussein. He has all the confidence in the world, but he's swatted from behind. Aji takes the shot. That was rejected. A run from the back, and Abdullah slams it down. A 4-0 run for the Jordan team. And it's a slight inconvenience that Tawana G is feeling his ankle. This is what happened here. Oh, so that one was the right ankle. There was some sort of contact from Abdullah. But I guess the referees didn't call for it since he was the one who extended it. But Tawana G's probably thinking it's the last minute and 2 seconds of this tournament. He doesn't really want to go back unless Coach Charles Chu pulls the trigger and decides to put him back to the bench. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Less than a minute to go. It's still a 9-point lead. Now Manalili again rolls it in. What speed from Titing Manalili. 6 points and major impact in this last quarter. And with an 11-point lead, it seems like that is going to be it. The X Factor coming off the bench with style and a bit more pizzazz. Kicking it off, Aji could not make it work. Jordan obviously wanting to add a little bit more to the tally.